Hello, Tinnitus world, YouTube world, whoever's watching out there world. This is the Tin Man, also known as Ian, and you've come across my Tinnitus channel on YouTube, which originally started out as my Tinnitus journal for just recall things and kind of memory. Yeah, just for, you know, how we enjoy looking at actual video memory and stuff like that. So I knew and figured it would help me out, and I'm still doing it, and it does help me, so, or else I think I would be stopped doing it. Anyways, having said that, I'm not one to worry about my grammar too much, especially now. I don't care, so if people want to poke fun or whatever type thing at that kind of stuff, then go do it to somebody else who's going to be a little bit more sensitive towards it. And today what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be smoking my medicine and talking about my medicine and how I have found cannabis to help me. One thing about me with my condition, I've had tinnitus now for 10 years. I've had tinnitus now for 10 years. But I've had it going severely bad for the last 3 years, where it's gotten extremely bad. I haven't met another person who describes it to the same extent as how I do with mine. And then also I have the thing that you don't really want to have attached in with your tinnitus, but I have hyperacusis, so that's kind of attached in with it. And I'm going to set this camera a little bit better here, so I don't keep bouncing you around. Hopefully this is okay, so just watch your eyes or close your eyes. It's just I love that barn look back there. So I'm trying to see how I could include that in the video, but it's not going to work. Not unless I held it like this or something. Why don't I just do this for a minute? Just hold her still. What a beautiful view back there. Yeah, so back to sparking that guy up is what I'm going to do, and I am going to put the camera down, so hold on for a moment. Got the perfect little spot for it. Right there, give you a nice little view of some outdoor growth nature too. They call that some kind of a snake tail weed or something, I believe. I can't remember what that's called. So anyways, spark away. So cannabis and tinnitus. Cannabis works on your heightening kind of energy. As a norm, how most people talk about it, as most of us virgins we start out smoking weed and we have all this crazy energy and have that fun with it and such. Lots of times when you see old timers who have been smoking forever, or even it happens lots in even the young timers where they smoke quite often, they become mellow after a while. And so those are two effects of cannabis. What I have found through my years of smoking cannabis is, if you want to go into your hyper state and have fun on cannabis, then you focus and you take that ride with your cannabis. Cheers. A real cheers. And, sorry, Pepsi. Well, sorry for the people who don't, I don't know, like Pepsi, who own the company or whatever, you know. But up here in Canada, it hits the spot, you know what I'm talking about. So anyways, cannabis, yeah, if you want to be chill, then you direct it in that way. You want it healing you, then you direct it that way. That is the thing that has taken me in this last year and a half that I've really learned about cannabis. Even to the point of when I bump into kids, young kids that I know and are smoking cannabis and stuff, and if I feel the ability to, have a conversation with them, then I'll mention to them about the guidance of if they're going to continue smoking pot or cannabis, to guide their personality, not to be like, talking like the stoner all the time. Like, you can still go towards intellect, you can still go towards your smartness. Just because you're on cannabis, it doesn't mean it's going to make your brain dead. Will it change things in there? Yeah, but I don't necessarily believe to the negative. Some people, yeah, because they're taking that roller coaster. But take the roller coaster the other direction. There's tons of successful people out there who use cannabis. Use it for a meditative medical use, where it helps calm them and keeps them grounded a little bit more. There's people who are doing it for the super buzz. That's what I did it for years. I loved getting that exhilarating feeling and just have all that energy and being able to slam it out. Smoking this now, I'm going to bring myself back down. You might have already noticed me even talking about it has helped excite me too, along with it's doing it. I'm not in full control of my excitement. That's part of what I'm doing to make sure that I'm not going to be interrupting my tinnitus. I don't need to get hyper. I don't need to be doing a whole bunch of work and being crazy. I am doing it. I'm gardening around here. It doesn't look like it too much all the time, but that's what I'm doing around here. I do different chores. I can only do so much, man. I'm pushing myself as much as I need to be pushing myself, and most of the times it's too much. And just because of the last couple of days here, what's gone on, I'm deciding, and that's part of this new version of my journal here. Where am I at for minutes? Good. 7 minutes. Yeah. So I'm going to jump back to here then and say that, so mostly where I've smoked to there is where I'd usually shut it down. This joint, this is, raw paper. It's one of those long ones. A joint like that in this dimension, is 2 hours worth of puffing for me. I don't usually smoke it all. I never smoke a whole joint at once. I mean, I have, but I don't, and as a habit. And at nighttime, I mean, who doesn't like to get really baked sometimes? And I do enjoy that. Sometimes I don't even go to bed with anything in my system or anything. It's all up to everybody and how they do it. Part of the thing with me was I was a partier on cannabis. That's what I did. All I did was party when I was on cannabis, and then, but now, it's living on cannabis. So I just want to, get out there to some people that are, having a really tough time with their with their tinnitus. This might not be the right thing. If you are going to think about doing cannabis, ask me some questions about it. Like, you should be, I would suggest very much, the first time that somebody decides to try cannabis for treatment on themselves for any kind of an ailment or whatever, if it was a joint like this, get somebody to light it or know that it's lit well, like this one is lit well. Go. Take one puff like that. Whether you could get it that much in or not, maybe not, but just do like that. And leave it for 10, 15, 20 minutes. Feel your body. Just sit there with your mind and look inside your whole body and feel what it's doing to you. Feel what it's doing inside your mind. Feel how it feels inside your lungs and all that kind of stuff. And study it. Study like you're going to be driving for the first time, where you have to learn that whole book. It just makes sense. And then maybe if you enjoyed that 20 minutes later and you're feeling the stimulation of it, then try like that. Or if that was enough at that time, then shut her down. Like, you don't need to become like a heavy cannabis user if you don't want to. You can, You know, lots of people are not for smoking it. Lots of people are just for eating it. Lots of people aren't for eating it and are for smoking it. You know, different things. Pretty much my medicine way is in a joint form here, and yeah. So I rattled off a bunch in 12 minutes there, and like I said, I'm just getting going on this and trying to figure out my dirty ways of what I'm going to be doing. So if you see what I'm talking about for weeding, oh boy, oh wow, it's a beautiful place. That my son will be able to whip through all that in the lawnmower there. Yeah. Precious garden, man, precious garden. Tin Man signing off. Tinnitus Journal. The new seasons. Take care. Peace out.